What if I told you every squat, every breath, every drop of sweat in your workout isn't just changing your body, it's opening your chakras and upgrading your energy. And most people have no idea that's what's actually happening. We've been told that working out is only physical, burn calories, build muscle, lose fat. But the body isn't just muscle and bone, it's energy, movement, breath, and awareness. And when you train the body correctly, you just don't get stronger. You become more grounded, more confident, more expressive, and more aligned. That's chakra activation through movement. We all hear the saying that energy is never created. It's it's not created. It just changes form. So it is with your body. And once you start looking at your body like that, it changes your whole expressive and how you even live, move, and breathe. Right. So starting with chakras, that's just energy channels through your body. And I believe working out properly or in a way that's intuitively, that makes sense, will open up your chakra and you become more aligned. You become a better version of yourself. So starting with the root chakra, which is at the base where you grounding through strength, right? Your root chakra is about safety, stability, and survival. Uh, any training that connects you to the ground, such as your squats, deadlift, lunges, uh, literally teaches your nervous systems that I'm safe in your body. This is why I like compound movements, and those are foundational movements. If you know me, I always say like deadlift is 1A for me, then squats is 1B. If you want, but either or, but you get the drift, right? So this is why people feel more confident after lifting weights. They're not getting stronger, they're rooted. So highly advise you add those movements in your program, such as your deadlifts and your squats, right? Next is your sacral chakra, which is one above. So remember, we go from the ground to your crown. Shout out to Chris Jones, Beast Mode Jones, because he always says that, and I like that saying, right? And I tell clients that everything is from the ground up. Even how you plant your feet, you have to have a strong base, but you want to be rooted, but not too stiff. So then I always say palm tree, not oak tree. All right. So we're going up the chakras. So next after root is sacral. This represents flow, pleasure, and creativity. Right. It's located in your hip area, really your pelvic bone. Your hip is your bone, but you get the drift. So when you think of your sacral chakra, think of like hip mobility, dynamic movement, dancing or dance-like training, in full range exercises. Like people say go in the bucket when you squat in, all that kind of stuff. But for your lower body, your hips are the gateway. So learning how to rotate your hips, open them up, getting that nice blood flow through that area will tap into your creativity, so to speak. So when people say working out makes them feel more alive, sensual, or creative, this is why, because that definitely have blood flow through that region. You're restoring flow to a place where emotions and desires get stuck. That's very interesting, right? Next is your solar plexus or your core area. That represents your power and will, right? That's why you see people always have bad posture. One of the reasons you tell like fix your core. This is your core, your fire, your discipline, right? So you have to do like planks, carries, rotational work, intense conditioning. I remember one time I hurt my back because I didn't activate my core properly, and I was out the gym for a couple of weeks. But sometimes too, when people say I got your back, it really means they're stabilizing your core. Like in that kind of metaphorically speaking, it's stabilizing core muscles that you have to activate to support your spine. So any exercise you do, engage your core. I tell clients, I don't care if you're biting your fingernail, engage your core. So it's really flexing it and bracing it to protect your midsection and more importantly, your spinal cord region. So that's why if you do an exercise and you feel like your lower back is hurting, that's why you're not engaging your core properly. And that's where the energy leaks, right? So it's not about your abs, it's about self-belief. That's why so people like tighten up, that's where they get it from. Next is your heart chakra. This controls your breath, expansion, and emotional release. Ever notice how people cry after a workout sometimes? And they cry somewhere else too. But you know why? Because it's so heavy on their heart. And once they open up, that's when things start to flow and they're releasing that type of tension. So part of that is like chest opening movements. So as your hip is to your lower body, your scapula is to your upper body. So for example, if I'm rounding my shoulders, it's because I'm protracting my scabs, right? I tell clients all the time, your scapula is the gateway to your upper body. So when I rotate my chest, my scapula's part of me, back up, my chest is up more. As my man would say, don't go down, right? In his chest. So you open up. Similar to if you're holding on to something, you're not going to be able to receive anything, right? But once you let go, right, or whatever you're holding on to, once you release it and let go, that's when the pain diminishes, so to speak. So does it working out. If you're tight, you're not actually contracting the muscle as you're supposed to. By opening up and engaging the muscles, that's how you begin to develop and work the muscles properly and efficiently. And that's how you get more of an intentional workout. All right. So the same thing I tell clients too, even how they would work out, I can tell what type of person they are. Because remember, this is just another form of expressions, and traumas that we hold on to, it's expressed in our everyday life. So we have to be mindful of that. So let go whatever past that you are guilty of, you feel guilty of, or what people have done to you. You have to let it go in order to get to the next phase in your life and to have that emotional burden to be released and you become more aerodynamic. That's when people are like, I'm in flow state, kind of. But that's another video I'll get into, right? So with the chest opening up, deep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. And it's very important that you breathe through your nose because it warms, filters, and humidify the oxygen, the air. And plus, it goes through your nasal passageway that gets to your brain. And you need oxygen to transport blood. So when you breathe through your mouth first, what that does, it bypasses that first phase of your nasal passage, and you're not adequately transporting the blood or nutrients through your body as you should. So keep that in mind. And this helps also with endurance training as well. So this opens the heart chakra by releasing stored tension and emotion, like I just mentioned before, right? So that post-workout calm, the clarity, the emotional circulation is returning, all right? Then you go to your throat chakra, which is expression and breath. This is funny, right? So your voice is connected to your breath. That's why with singers, they tell them to certain type of breathing techniques to project their voices. So it's not really from here, it's connected to down here and it expresses up and outward. That's why sometimes you hear people be grunting in the gym. It's not because they just being assholes, it's because unknowingly some of them are connected to their throat chakra. So you're right. So the conscious breathing, the proper posture, neck and upper back mobility, right? So by opening your throat chakra, this is why people who train consistently speak more confidently. They're literally breathing more fully. Everything is connected. And I think the more we try to separate things, the harder it is for us to grasp the whole picture. We have to learn how to see the forest with the trees with the forest, pardon me. All right, and see how everything is connected. There's a math formula. Forgive me if I'm saying it incorrectly, where it says the sum of all parts are equal or greater to its whole. So once we see the part, we have to see how it connects to the whole, right? And someone said to me one time, in order to put the puzzle together, you have to see the big picture. Because I like to do puzzles, so that always kept in mind with those pieces. You have to see the big picture in order to put the pieces together. It's the same thing like that. All right. So when you train, always keep that in mind. All right. Then you have your third eye, which develops focus and awareness. This is the mind muscle connection in meditation in motion. Working out is very therapeutic and it gives a meditative state for most people. That's why you'll see shirts that say, the gym is my psych ward or gym is my therapy. I remember years ago when Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California, the inmates were very upset with him and disappointed because I think he took away the recreational weight training program out of the prisons. And they were like, how could he do this when he built his career on bodybuilding, and he knew the psychological effects what working out has to the human brain, and it kept them, at ease, as a form, as another outlet. Remember, it's energy, so it's another outlet for them to express themselves, and he took that away from them. So when you start to lift with intention, you feel every rep, and you sharpen your awareness. This is you're being more present in the moment. If you watch some of my videos, I speak about this all the time. Like, take your time through the reps. Like, I have clients who rush through it. I'm like, oh, you just want to get things done. You don't have not structure, but you're always in a rush. You're not enjoying the present moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like eating an expensive meal. Like, you take your time, right? You don't rush to eat the steak. You savor every moment of it. It's the same thing when you're working out. You have to feel through the motions in what you're doing, whether it's writing, running, whatever. I'm just using that principle because, I was a personal trainer. But keep that in mind, to be present. That's what your third eye activates. All right. And last but not least is your crown chakra. This is integration, which is very important. This is the feeling you get after a great workout where everything just clicks. The stillness, the clarity, the connection. Your body did the work so your mind could quiet down. This is why fitness heals people in ways therapy sometimes can't. That's why they tell you, if you have a problem, go to the gym. You after a breakup, go to a gym. Go to the gym. Everything is go to the gym, because it taps in not just into your hormones, the dose, the dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and epinephrine. It gives you another state of clarity. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I go to the gym, I don't feel like, but after I go through it, I'm like, oh, that's the solution I had or I needed to help me to get through whatever I'm getting through. So don't underestimate the power of the gym and that type of integration. And this is like when your mind and body becomes one. This is what I call like ultra instinct. Like, if you watch Dragon Ball Z, where you just moving through it. And that's the spiritual aspect of working out, right? So the physical, we're just going through it. Then the spirit, then the mental is like the mind muscle connection, and then the spiritual is when everything harmonizes. It's just like you just moving through it. It's like your body is almost autonomous. You're like without control with it. That's the level of mastery that takes time. All right. So keep that in mind. And this is how working out open up your chakras. So working out isn't just about looking good. It's about remembering who you are in your body. Shout out to those who preach body game. It's my Uncle Ron Wills. It's about developing your best body. All right. You're not in competition with anyone else, but just trying to be a better you. Right. So start training with intention, move with awareness, and your chakras will open up naturally. No crystals required. And shout out to all my crystals doers out there. That's funny because Superman had crystals in the Fortress of Solitude, right? If you like this video, you comment, subscribe in it. And if you're looking more to better awareness or become more aligned with your workouts, click the link in my description and I'll reach out to you and see if we can work together to help you become a better version of yourself. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Hope this makes sense for you as well. Look out for more videos like this. This is Alchemy Fitness signing off, where we transfer you from let to go, train hard, train smart, and train safe. Peace.